from the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Thursday, October 29th, 2015. I'm Ann Gownley. Since Tuesday, we have been reporting the large tax increase that could be hitting Hazleton if and when Mayor Joe Iannuzzi's budget is put into place. Well, today, Mayor Iannuzzi told us he is able to drop the property tax increase from 14% to 12%. They are able to do this by refinancing a loan.
This morning I attended a redevelopment authority meeting at 9 o'clock at City Hall, and they gave us permission to renegotiate their loan with First National Bank. And with that, we can include payments or a big payment, legal immigration lawsuit. So what we've done is we've taken this loan for 5.6 and has paid it down for the last 5 years, and we're going to refinance it and extend it out a little longer, and this way we can gain some money to pay off the plaintiff's attorneys. So it's working out well because the payments won't change, and that means the public's been paying it for 5 years, and we will continue to pay it, and it won't be any increase in the budget or property taxes or anything to satisfy that lawsuit.
Now, once again, that tax increase may be dropping from 16% to 14%. The mayor said this is the best option they have right now, and he and his staff are still trying to find ways to cut the tax increase. Fire crews in Hazleton were called to a kitchen fire on Alter Street around 2 p.m. today. The fire was contained to the kitchen in the brick home at 632 Alter Street between 6th and 7th Streets. Deputy Fire Chief Sean Jones said the fire was a result of a cooking mishap.
We arrived on scene. Occupants were leaving their residence. The fire seemed to be started on the stove. After an interview with the resident, she said she was cooking rice. Doesn't remember if she was in a rush, went upstairs. She doesn't remember if she turned it off or on. She went upstairs, got her children out of the house, and went next door to call 911.
The chief said no one was hurt at the fire this afternoon. Crews did have a small problem with a hydrant nearby, but that did not hamper the firefighters' work in the city. There won't be a hookah lounge in West Hazleton anytime soon. Last night, Borough Council voted to extend the moratorium on them for 10 months and 15 days. That, combined with the existing moratorium, which is running out, will give the Planning Commission a full year to update zoning regulations. The existing zoning ordinance is about 25 years old, and there is no such thing as a hookah lounge when it was written. This summer, West Hazleton closed down a lounge after a list of neighborhood complaints. Still cleaning up around the area after the military blimp left a mess in its path. The balloon, which is technically an aerostat, not a blimp, got loose at the Aberdeen Proving Ground in Maryland and floated its way to the western part of our viewing area. It was dragging its tether cable, a foot thick cable, which is used to dock it at its base. That cable, which was over a mile long, caused all sorts of damage in its wake. It tore up trees, knocked down power lines, damaged cars, and sparked a few transformer fires, which were quickly put out. For much of Wednesday afternoon, Route 11, 42, and 254 near Bloomsburg had no working traffic lights, and something near 26,000 people were without power. The aerostat eventually touched down in the woods in a remote area of Montour County near Muncie. Residents and businesses with any damages due to the aerostat tether line should call Columbia County EMA. Business hours are from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. It is suggested that you take pictures of the damage and contact your insurance carrier. Gunshots in Wilkes-Barre during an attempted robbery sent one man to a local hospital. According to Wilkes-Barre City Police, the victim was shot Wednesday night during an attempted robbery around 11:30 p.m. The victim told police that he was walking on High Street when the suspect tried to rob him. During the altercation, the unknown suspect fired several shots, one of which struck the victim. Police say he was transported to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The suspect is described as a black male, approximately approximately 5 feet 3 inches tall. At the time, he was wearing a puffy jacket, black pants, and a black beanie. Anyone with information is asked to call Wilkes-Barre Police at 570-826-8106. Attempted murder charges stemming from an incident at the Interfaith Apartments in Wilkes-Barre were sent to court by District Judge Justice Martin Kane. 28-year-old Tony Hazard Edwards of Philadelphia and 26-year-old Wanda Lee Blanchard are charged with conspiring to kill a local woman in retaliation for drug money owed to Edwards. 21-year-old Sherry China Rivera and 21-year-old Izar Izzy Ramos Ramirez were shot in the head. Kane sent the charges to county court after 3 hours of testimony. This morning, a new Speaker of the House was elected after former John Boehner announced his resignation last month. Wisconsin Republican Representative Paul Ryan will now serve as Speaker of the House. Ryan received 236 votes, while California Democrat and House Majority Leader Nancy Pelosi received 184 votes, with others in the single digits. Ryan called for a renewed effort to make the House function as a whole body again. He also acknowledged that debate and differences are necessary as part of the legislative process and called for a greater degree of respect and listening to opposing views. Ryan was quoted in saying, "The House is broken. We are not solving problems. We are adding to them," unquote. This morning's vote followed weeks of uncertainty and came on the heels of the House passage of a sweeping 2-year bipartisan budget deal. WYLN is switching up its programming for one day only, this Saturday, October 31st, because we are proud to be broadcasting the Bloomsburg versus East Stroudsburg football game thanks to Sports Fever TV. The game is set to kick off in East Stroudsburg at 1 p.m. WYLN's new programming schedule for this Saturday only is up on your screen now. So if you'd like to catch your favorite WYLN shows this Saturday, make sure to jot these time changes down, and we will also have them up on our Facebook page. Time now for a first look at our forecast. Heavy rain and wind plagued our area yesterday, and today it was blue skies and sunshine. But what do the temperatures look like for the rest of our weekend and, of course, those Friday night lights? Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbachik's in the Weather Center with the details. Joe?
Well, it's going to get cooler across our area just in time for this upcoming weekend, but the good news is that heavy rain that we've experienced moves out of our region as well as the clouds, although we still have some clouds across our area, but at least the precipitation has moved away, and we saw a pretty decent amount of rain from this particular system that came through. But like I said, we're drying out right now. It's been fairly mild today, but it's going to get cooler as we progress through tomorrow and this upcoming weekend. 54 in New Angola, 59 in Jim Thorpe, and 60 degrees in Berwick. The complete 7-day forecast coming up, including what to expect for this weekend in just a few. Ann?
Thanks, Joe. Coming up next, details on the annual Chamber Awards dinner, and our Gary Perna will have all of the details. That and much more coming up here on WYLN. Stay tuned.
You're watching WYLN News with Ann Gownley, Gary Perna, Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Chief Videographer Mike Lula, weather with meteorologist Joe Garbachik, sports with Eric DeBerardinis and Gabriella Justin.
There is something new to look for at your local SureSave supermarket. And quite frankly, when it comes to quality and price for your food, it's the best yet. The best yet means hundreds of items packaged at the peak of perfection and priced for the family budget. Look for the best yet label at your locally owned SureSave supermarket. When you see it, be assured of the great taste at a great price whenever you need it. From canned to fresh to frozen, for quality products at a better price, the best yet, now at your local SureSave supermarket.
Family owned and operated, the experienced professionals at Lehigh Tire have served the residents of the greater Hazleton area for over 55 years. From our full line of passenger, light truck, and commercial tires to our automotive services, including tune-ups, inspections, oil changes, and alignments.
Every time I've ever done business here, they've been very polite, straightforward, and the job gets done quickly and right.
Find the right tire for the right price today at Lehigh Tire.
On Friday, November 6th, the LSC Wiltsey Performing Arts Center will present Elvis Lives On, starring Nick Musician. Nick portrays Elvis through all the stages of his dynamic career, from the hip-swinging 50s and 60s to the thrilling 68 comeback special and the unforgettable 70s Vegas years. Nick does it all. He's got the look, the moves, the voice that will take you back in time. Doors open at 6:30 and showtime is 7 p.m. Tickets are $5 each. Elvis Lives On, Friday, November 6th at the Wiltsey Center.
Today, the Greater Hazelton Chamber of Commerce held their annual Community and Business Awards at the luncheon event. WYLN's Gary Perna has more.
This afternoon, the Greater Hazelton Chamber of Commerce held its annual Business and Community Awards luncheon at Capriotti's in McAdoo. The luncheon was sponsored by Luzerne County Community College. In total, 7 awards were handed out, along with the Women's Networking Committee annual Women Empowerment Grants. The large business of the year went to Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazelton. President and CEO of the hospital, John Fletcher, said he was thrilled to receive this award on behalf of all the employees.
We're so excited about winning the Large Business of the Year award. It means so much. We love Hazelton. We love the chamber. We love working with the chamber. And we've grown so much in the past year. And so being recognized, it means so much to not just me, but also to our board of directors, to our physician community, to every one of my colleagues. It's truly an exciting time, and we're so pleased that the chamber has recognized us this year.
Small Business of the Year was awarded to Hazel Drug. The purpose of the award is to show appreciation and recognition to a small business in the Greater Hazelton area and promote the importance of small businesses to the economy and the welfare of the entire community. The Pride of Place Award went to Theodore's Restaurant. The award recognizes a local business whose exterior property physically improves or enhances the community and environment in the Greater Hazelton area. The Green Business of the Year went to PSI Container. The award recognizes a local business or organization who adopts a green initiative within their workplace. The PSI facility in McAdoo Industrial Park uses 100% recycled material. The Rocco Colangelo Senior Volunteer of the Year Award was presented to Nancy Strasco. The award is to extend appreciation to and honor an individual volunteer within the Greater Hazelton area and to promote the importance of volunteerism in the community at large.
This is truly a great honor that I received the Volunteer of the Year award this year. I truly believe that we all are supposed to be here to help one another, so I do appreciate this honor. Thank you.
The Healthy Workplace of the Year went to Alfred Benich and Company. They adopted a wellness practice program in their workplace to make sure their company is happy and healthier as a whole. The Young Entrepreneur of the Year award went to Joseph Pecora, the owner of J. Pecora Photography. The event was attended by well over 100 people this afternoon. Chamber President Mary Malone said the luncheon is a great way to spotlight the great things going on in the Hazelton area.
As you know, October is Local Chamber of Commerce Month, and this kind of wrapped up a very full season. We recognized a Small Business of the Year as well in Hazel Drugs, which also celebrated 100 years of membership in the Chamber of Commerce. Our large business and celebrated some exciting events for Lehigh Valley Hospital in this past month of October. And our Green Business of the Year, PSI Container, a great community partnership as well, and what they're trying to do to save natural resources in our community. Our Young Entrepreneur of the Year, Joe Pecora Photography, and as well our Volunteer of the Year, Nancy Stasco from Can Do, who volunteers in many different organizations across our community, all again in order to better the quality of lives of both individuals and the area as a whole. So a fantastic way to end Local Chamber Month.
In Banks Township, for WYLN News, I'm Gary Perna.
Thank you, Gary. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is back with a full look at our forecast. Plus, a look at how some children in our area kicked off the Halloween season in style at the Hazelton One Community Center. Stay tuned. More news is headed your way only on WYLN.
Do-it-yourself stores may be fine for garden hoses and 2x4s, but appliances? Those guys may know these washers, but Grand Central knows these washers and ranges and refrigerators and more. GE and GE Profile appliances are designed to reflect the modern approach to style with clean lines and a streamlined look for today's kitchens. So for wood screws and wheelbarrows, go ahead, do it yourself. But for the right appliances at the right price, let Grand Central do it for you.
Four years ago, DA Salavandis promised to end corruption, yet she dismissed in secret over 3 dozen valid DUI charges. In one case, a woman over 2 times the limit told police she was filthy rich and knew people. Her case was tossed twice by Salavandis, once after the case was refiled by police. One offender almost ran over 2 police officers and another hit a house. 3 were tossed for offenders represented by lawyers affiliated with her first assistance law firm. Luzerne County needs real change. Vito DeLuca for District Attorney.
Well, not too bad of a day across our area. Once that rain moved out, we still had those mild temperatures, but now it's starting to cool down. Overhead, just a couple of clouds, still a lot of blue skies. We do have some cooler weather to talk about as we head into the weekend, but it's going to be short-lived because some warmer air, milder air, will start to come back into our area, at least for a couple of days next week. Onto the graphic for today, we had that heavy rain, and that moved out of our area, tapering down and just some showers, and then the sunshine came out. So overall, it was a pretty nice looking Thursday across our area. And temperature-wise, was pretty nice for this time of year. Notice we continue to remain dry across all of our viewing area. Nothing to show you on radar. We're still in the 50s. That's actually not too bad this time of year right now. A quarter of an inch of rain since the midnight hour. 59 now, Wilkes-Barre Scranton International Airport. 54 in Mount Pocono. Still very warm down in Philadelphia. It's almost 70 degrees, 63 in Harrisburg and 55 in State College. But notice in northwestern PA, temperatures already much cooler, only in the mid to upper 40s. Mid-50s to near 60 degrees in the Wyoming Valley area. Winds coming from the southwest, a little bit breezy out there, 10 to 15 miles per hour. Of course, the leftover rain and showers moved away. Still some showers. There have been in upstate New York. We've been dealing with just a couple of clouds across our area. And again, really it's going to be uneventful as we head through the overnight hours. As we go into tomorrow, it's going to be cool, chilly night for the high school football games, but they will be dry. Saturday also looks like it will be dry across our area. Next chance of rain we'll get here as we go into our Sunday, maybe a couple of scattered showers across our region. Notice tonight dropping down some areas in the mid to upper 30s, and again tomorrow we got 40s and 50s and dropping down into the lower 30s as we head into tomorrow night and early Saturday morning. So cooler tomorrow, the chill in the air returns, and don't forget as you head into the weekend, Saturday night going into Sunday morning, you fall back. Make sure you turn your clocks back 1 hour. And as always, when you change your clocks, it's a reminder for you to also change your batteries in your smoke alarms and carbon monoxide detectors as well. Here's a look at the extended forecast and what we can expect over the next few days. It turns cooler for tomorrow and this upcoming weekend. Couple of scattered showers as we go into our Sunday. We'll be dry for Halloween for trick-or-treating, and then going into next week we get back up into the 60s for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Our daytime Pennsylvania lottery numbers: the pick 205, the pick 3038, and the pick 4 numbers 7217. The pick 5 numbers looking like this: 26499, treasure hunt numbers 9, 13, 15, 27, and 30. Stick around. We'll have a lot more for you coming up after the break.
We're here. We're here to fight this. We're here with board-certified oncologists, We're here with access to genetic counseling, clinical trials, and the most advanced treatment options. We're here with the strength of the region's leading health network. And now we're here in Hazleton, the new LVHN Cancer Center. We're here for you.
It always feels good to pull my own part. Saves a lot of money too.
I've never actually pulled it before, but I think it's time.
It's environmentally conscious, and it can be a lot of fun.
If you're a do-it-yourselfer who's up for an adventure, then come out to Harry's You Pull It. Pull your own quality recycled auto parts for up to 90% off the cost of buying new. Savings like that'll keep more money in the bank, which could lead to even greater fun. Harry's You Pull It. WeGotUsed.com.
'Tis the wicked season, and the DeLuca Law Firm website. Vito's been defending drug dealers for years and advises not to talk to police because they have no desire to help you. Ah, but Vito will, even if you're caught with these drugs. He says he's helped many people avoid the harshest penalties, and he has. But now he wants to be our district attorney, and that is scary. Because we think drug dealers should have harsh penalties. Don't you?
Yesterday, WYLN stopped by the Hazleton 1 Community Center where the students were getting into the Halloween spirit. Our Julie Stefanovich has more.
Students from the After School Scholars Program at the Hazleton 1 Community Center kicked off Halloween in style with the Harvest Festival yesterday afternoon. They were joined by family members and friends and tutors from Penn State University. They all took part in activities such as pumpkin painting and other engaging games. We spoke with Education Coordinator Andrea Kolb.
In addition to that, we have our tutors here who are helping with homework, making sure our students get their homework finished. And we also have a math challenge and a writing challenge. So our students have the opportunity to choose a worksheet that's related to their grade level, complete the math problems and turn it in, and then tomorrow we will announce all of our math wizards. The language arts one is writing a creative story around Halloween, so selecting certain words to add to their story, and then we'll read all of those stories tomorrow as well.
Besides the mind-developing exercises, the kids also learned about healthy snacking as well as tips on safe trick-or-treating.
We're here today dressed up in costume, and we are encouraging the children to get out and do healthy things in the community. We're providing healthy snacks for the children today. There's some pumpkin painting going on, and we also are providing healthy trick-or-treat tips for the kids, for them to be out and be healthy and safe on a Halloween night.
To volunteer or become involved with the Hazleton 1 Community Center, you can visit the HazletonIntegrationProject.com. Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thank you, Julie. Last night, the Rotary Club of Hazleton held its annual spaghetti dinner at Genetti's in Hazel Township. The dinner was to help raise money for the group's many donations to the community. Rotary helps provide money for scholarships to area students, and the Rotarians also make donations to those other community events. Last night, we spoke with Sharon Farver and co-chair for the spaghetti dinner.
Oh, it's just one of many, yes. We do many events. We have kids' coats. We donate coats to the kids in the community. We do scholarships. We do dictionaries for the elementary schools. There's many events that we do participate with.
There was eat in or take out. The Hazleton Rotary is always looking for new members, so for your chance to join, you can head to their website for more details at hazletonrotary.org or stop by one of their meetings, which are held every Wednesday at noon at Genetti's in Hazel Township. Coming up next, Eric DeBerardinis is in with sports here on WYLN. Stay tuned.
Jack Mundy has reigned on City Council like a king for 14 years and wants to be mayor. But we need a new blueprint for Hazleton and a mayor with vision, new ideas and solutions. A man with a plan who will work with council, business leaders and residents to achieve progress for Hazleton now.
Hi, I'm Jeff Cassett, and I want to be your next mayor of Hazleton.
It's time to stop King Jack in his tracks and free our city from the political dark ages. Vote Cassett.
Sports on WYLN is sponsored in part by Burger Family Dealerships, Harry's You Pull It, Fairway Chevrolet, Penn State Hazleton, Barber Ford, The Wire Guys, Tri-County Business Machines,
Weatherwood Nursing, Hazel Park Quality Meats, John Diana Insurance, Mobility by Steven, Service Electric, Hazleton, S.J. Kowalski, Plumbing and Heating, Coordinated Health, Grand Central, and Third Base Luncheonette.
Last week we had the sole Anthracite Wyoming Valley Conference crossover game of 2015, and even though they were two bottom feeders, the Anthracite prevailed, proving maybe they have the Premier League this season. We look at what's ahead for the schools in Week 9. The premier matchup of the week features our number 4 team, Jim Thorpe, traveling to our number 5, Blue Mountain, predicting a one-score finish. In this one, the Olympians and Eagles, with nearly identical rushing and defensive stats, Blue Mountain does air it out a bit more, so we'll see how Jim Thorpe's secondary responds on Friday. Our number 2, Lehighton, hosts Tamaqua, the Indians with superior talent. As the 33rd ranked team in the entire state of Pennsylvania, they aim to reach Week 10's matchup with Jim Thorpe fully healthy. Last year, Lehighton blew by the Blue Raiders 48-6. Schuylkill Haven visits North Schuylkill, the Hurricanes with a better record, but not currently in a playoff spot in Single A, while the Spartans holding on to the 4 seed in Double A. They need to finish with 2 more wins to remain there, while Haven needs some help. We thought this matchup would be the lone opportunity for either Minersville or Panther Valley to earn a win in 2015, but the Panthers spoiled that in a good way last week with a win over Hanover. This one will be won in the trenches. Marian Catholic looking to replicate last year's exact results. 3 wins to start, 3 losses in the middle, and 4 victories to finish. The Colts deeper and more athletic than Shenandoah Valley at this point. And on Saturday, Mahanoy looks to get back on track after 3 straight defeats. The Golden Bears should do so against a weak Columbia Montour Vo-Tech squad. Running quarterbacks have plagued Penn State this season. They won't have that issue this Saturday when they take on Illinois, but the Nittany Lions do have to prepare for Wes Lunt and a passing attack that ranks 3rd in the Big Ten.
He's not really a dual threat quarterback. I mean, he can run a little bit, but he's more of a pocket passer. So that's different from what we've seen the last couple of weeks. He's a big body guy, good quarterback frame. He has a strong arm, and it will be a good challenge for the back end. And I think our defensive line will do a great job.
6-2 Nittany Lions kick off against the 4-3 Fighting Illini at noon on Saturday inside Beaver Stadium. Tonight on Late Edition Sports, we'll have highlights from field hockey and soccer district playoff action. But next, Joe Garbacic is in with a final look at the forecast. Stay tuned.
For over 25 years, Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, 118 Boulevard Road, Bloomsburg, has provided professionally designed skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields. All stations are handicapped accessible with resident NRA certified shooting instructors on site. There are packages available to fit anyone's budget, restaurant and catering on site. Our facility is also available for weddings, business meetings, bachelor and private parties. Call 570-384-2314.
Hi, I'm Marty Burns. Join me and Coach Mike Brennan this week for Sports Talk. We'll look back at last Friday night's game against Wyoming Valley West, get you set for a big homecoming weekend against Daniel Boone, and we have Logan Jones as our special guest. That's Sports Talk this week, brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Health Network.
Saturday night and a Sunday morning, don't forget to put your clocks back 1 hour. Adjust your clocks, and as always, when you adjust your clocks, make sure you change your batteries and your smoke alarm and carbon monoxide detectors as well. All right, it's been a pretty nice day after all that rain moved out. It definitely looks pretty good, and I think it's going to remain pretty good across our area. I'm not going to have to worry about any type of precipitation across our area. It does look pretty nice. Next couple of days, nicer temperatures as we go into next week. We'll be back up into the 50s and lower 60s. A little cool for Halloween, but maybe a couple of scattered showers for our Sunday.
All right, well, as long as, like we said, Halloween stays nice and dry and Friday Night Footballs, there's only 2 regular games left for each Friday night.
Yeah,
2 weeks.
hard to believe. 2 weeks left, and then playoffs. We'll see how that goes. But Hazleton, Daniel Boone this Friday, 7 o'clock. So as always, tune in if you're not out at Harmon Geist.
Yeah, definitely try and get out to the game because I remember that was probably one of my favorite parts.
Homecoming, which is always great.
Yeah, definitely want to go out there and see it. But again, if you can't, 7 p.m. here on WYLN. Have a good night, everyone.